She looked. From Quiggs, also known as Tom Quigley, Trey's best friend since grade school. "Did you nail the whale yet? Remember, $500 in it for you if you bring back proof of the cherry bomb." Grace was frozen with shock and horror. It had all been a big joke. Weeks of dates and flowers and romance had all been a big, fat joke. And to think she'd almost given him her virginity so he could use it like a trophy to impress his asshole friends. Red-hot rage, the likes of which she'd never experienced before, surged through her. "What the hell are you doing in there?" Trey called, no doubt impatient to seal the deal so he could collect his prize money. Grace wished she could storm out there and tell him off, but the fact that she was naked made it hard for her to think about anything other than the fact that she was naked and humiliated. Again. Staring in the small mirror, she forced back the pain, focused on the rage, and opened the door. "I thought you just had to pee." Had she ever noticed that he pouted like a petulant child when he didn't get his way? "You were in there so long I lost my boner." Grace threw the phone at him, narrowly missing his head. "Too bad." "You left it in the bathroom." She pulled on her clothes with frantic, jerky movements, desperate to cover herself and get out of there. "What are you doing?" "What does it look like I'm doing?" His blonde hair was mussed from her fingers, and his blue eyes shot daggers at her. What had she ever seen in him anyway? "Why?" "I'm going for a walk." "What the hell? I thought we were having sex here." "Were" is the key word. I need more time to think about it. What she needed was to figure out a way home that wouldn't involve calling the parents who hadn't wanted her to go on this overnight in the first place. "You gotta be freaking kidding me. We've been dating for weeks. How much more time do you need?" "I don't know." She grabbed her phone and headed for the cabin door. "I'll be back." "Don't rush on my account." Glancing over her shoulder, she noticed him staring at his phone. Good. Let him figure out that she was onto his sick little plan. As she climbed off the boat onto the pier at McCarthy's, her hands and legs trembled from shock and anger. On her way up the dock, the pain set in. After everything she'd been through, years of obesity, the huge decision to have lap band surgery, and all her hard work to lose the weight and keep it off for more than a year, she was still the fat girl to people like Trey who'd never known her as anything else. Thank goodness she'd discovered what a total asshole Trey was before things had gone any further. When she thought about being naked in bed with him and how close they'd come, ugh! She sank her fingers into her hair, wishing she could scrub the images from her brain. While they'd been frolicking aboard the boat, the sun had set over Gansit's great salt pond. A crowd was gathered at the tiki bar where two guitarists played old favorites. Not that Grace paid much attention as she walked past the bar. She had far more pressing issues, such as getting as far away from Trey Parsons as possible. "Excuse me," she said to an older man who leaned against a cab reading the newspaper. He glanced up at her, a friendly smile on his weathered face. "How can I help you?" "I was wondering, what time does the last ferry leave?" "You just missed it. Left at 8. Grace sagged under the weight of the realization that she was stuck on the island until morning. "Can you recommend a place where I might be able to get a room for the evening?" He let out a guffaw. "On Labor Day weekend? Hate to tell you, Dal, but everything's been booked for months. There's not a room to be had on the entire island." Biggest weekend.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.